Hello everyone, I'm Carol and I'm back to show you another journal that I've just completed. This is a patriotic journal. It is 5 1/2 inches wide, just a little bit beyond that, and 8 3/4 inches tall. Has a Tim Holtz hitch post, 1 3/4 inch spine covered in lace. And I've used images from the kits that I used in the journal on the back, as well as the front. These are flowers that I have made myself, that I make for my journals. And I've added stickles to the images and a little bling. And the Tim Holtz hitch post has a ribbon closure. We'll go inside. Oh, I have used several different kits. I will list them below. I'll tell you now what they are, but I don't give you each one throughout because there's so many of them. Pigeonhole Creations, Sweet Pea Curiosities, Unique Make, Ephemera's Garden, Ink and Page Journals. And those are, you can look those up, and as I said, I will list them below so that you'll be able to look at their other kits too, because all of them have beautiful kits. I've made a tag for the inside with a pocket, added a little flag here that I had in my stash with stickers. You can write on the back of this. It is lined. I've added This Book Belongs To, and you can either glue it to the book itself or just leave it in the tag, the pocket tag, and have it in the pocket here. I've added a little star to cover the screw on the hitch post there. This is a Martha Stewart punch. I've added lace to give it extra interest at the top and bottom. This is a page from one of the kits. I've double printed it, and this little boy then I fussy cut out from the page and added him here and made it a pocket. This is a pretty tag from one of the kits. I've added a ribbon bow, and it's lined on the back. This is another page from the kit. This is a pocket that I've made, and I can't remember if that's a pocket. I think it might be. I thought it was a page from the kit, and I fussy cut it, but that is a pocket, I believe. And here's another tag from one of the kits. This is, I had in my stash, this for years I've had it, got it at Tuesday Morning, I think, in a pack of 12 by 12, and they're little airmail envelopes. And I lined the back and for writing space, used one of those. This is a piece of mail that a piece that I got in the mail a long time ago, and I thought, oh, I could use that for something. And here it is. So I backed it so you can write on that. Here's the next page is a pocket, full-size pocket with background paper from one of the kits. I've added lace. I have added a couple of journal cards that are in the kits. Those I did not line. Some of the kits, the tags I've lined, and some I have not, so you'd have variety, whoever gets the kit. I've also, as I do in most of my journals, I zigzag all the pages to give them a little extra stability when you're using the journal. If you use it every day or a lot, it just gives the pages more sturdy feel to them. There's the vellum page that I printed on, another page from the kit. Here's a page from the kit, and then I've added this paper I had in my stash. It's kind of variegated. It has a raised feel to it. And then I added some lace trim and made a pocket. These are a couple journaling cards from the kit that I've lined on the back. These are more journaling cards. Here's a pocket that I've added a flag to. This is a music paper that I had in my stash. I added the flag to it, and I have added some lace there. here is another tag from one of the kits. I've added a bow. I did not line the back of that. I added a bow with the star ribbon that I have in my stash. And here is another couple of journaling cards. I've left those plain on the back also. I tried to give you a little bit of variety. Some people like it, some people like half and half, so that's about what I did in this journal. And here's another pocket that was from the kit. Coffee dyed paper, added lace. Here's another little piece. I've added some bling to this and lines on the back. There is another tag from one of the kits. Graph paper to write on. Another page from the kit. And here's another page as well as here. And this I've made kind of a little secret pocket here. You can see that you can put anything in there. And I put it a little different that time on this page just for fun, to add a little something different and give you a little more privacy and whatever you want to put in there. And here I made a little pocket from a scrap piece of paper and added the Martha Stewart punch, a little bling, and this little guy fits right in there. And there's a little girl. You'll see her throughout with her little apron full of rabbits. And here's another pocket from one of the kits. And I've done some inking on the back of on this page. And then here's a tag from one of the kits. I love these tags. It has the picket fence and the old salt box house on the back. And here is a tab that I added to the top and lined the back. It's right in there, parchment paper that's been coffee dyed. And here is another page from one of the kits. This is lined, as is this. This is a ledger page that is lined, but this is in the kit. This isn't a real ledger page. And here is another page from one of the kits with the Statue of Liberty and the flag and the florals. I think that's such a pretty page. Here's another pocket from the kit, a background paper from one of the kits. And here's a journaling card that I've lined on the back. And when I line these journaling cards, I actually glue them to the back of the image so that it gives it a little more stability, and there are stronger tags for you to write on, or you can take it out of the journal, whatever you want to do with it. And here is an oblong doily. I always like doilies in my journals for some reason. Here's another lined page with some florals, and I love this. This is the center of the first signature. It's in the kit, one of the kits, and it just, I think, looks so, it's striking when you open that page. And I've added stars to the string where I'm sewing it in. And there's another lined ledger page there, the other side of that doily. I've added some blue lace, navy blue lace to this background page, added this little pocket, and there's this little girl, and here is another journaling card. I've left that plain on the back. Then on the next page, it's more writing space. This is a page from the kit, but it's light enough that you could write on it. And there's another ledger page that's in the kit. The other side is lined with Uncle Sam there in the corner. And here's more parchment paper that has been, I actually use this parchment paper when I coffee dye my regular 28-pound pages like this, and then I save that paper that I've laid them on, and I iron it afterwards, and it makes really nice little noisy pages that we like to hear and see in our journals. And there I've inked some of this coffee dyed paper. This is a flip out here that I have added a pocket, a little, that's one of my flowers that I make with a little bling there. And here's a little flag and a jar, canning jar from one of the kits. And here's, this is background paper, the stripe. These flowers here come from Michael's, and I've used them for all different journals, and I really like them. There's some more bling stars that I've added here, and these are journaling cards, small ones from the kit, and there's another canning jar. Here is this one I did not mention. I'm sorry. It's boho something. I will list that below, but she has banners. She has beautiful, beautiful patriotic pages, and so I will list that below. And I added that after the fact. After I finished the journal, I went through and added some things, and she was one of the artists that I used. Here's another page from one of the kits. Again, another, here's In God We Trust. That is the same page or similar to this one that I put on the back. I don't think it's the same because this is lighter, but it is the same idea, and I love that page. Here is another journaling card with an eagle, and there's another one of these. Another canning jar, and the 4th of July journal card. Here is more of that graph paper, the other side of it. And here's another pocket on coffee dyed paper. This is one of my fussy cut flowers that I had in my stash, and I thought that went well in the corner there. Here's another little journaling card with lines on the back, another canning jar, and another tag with a ribbon bow and plain on the back. And there's another coffee dyed paper with some inking there. And here's another page from the kit, background page. And here's a page from the kit. Here's another canning jar that I've added the ribbon around the lid of the jar and lined the back. And another little pocket there. These are some of the flowers that I do with a little bling and some cheesecloth behind it, layered. The other side of that vellum. Here is a pocket. This is some of the background paper. This is a little journaling card that I've added to the edge. I've stenciled the stars on the coffee dyed paper. Here's some bling and some stickles and seam binding that I've layered on this journaling card to give it some interest. There are 2 more journaling cards that I have lined on the back. Those are also in one of the kits. And this lady is in one of the kits. Here's coffee dyed paper that you can, of course, write on. I've added lace to that. And here is the end of the first signature. Here is lace in between. I like to do that in between my, in my journals. I just think it just looks nicer than a plain spine there. Here is another page to one of the kits, as well as this, and I've double printed this and then torn the edge to make a pocket, added bling. Here is a tag that I've made. This is from the background paper. This is the, and then I've corner rounded it and then used I have a little We Are Memory Keepers punch that I can use on the corners to make tags. I've added one of those Michael's flowers. This is one of the fussy cuts from one of the kits. And then there's that navy blue lace again. That was gifted to me a while back, and I just really started using it. I I liked it so well for this journal. This is another page. I've used this pocket here. Added bling, added one of the flowers, did stenciling in the back. Here is a fussy cut flower that I've used, lined the back and made that into a journaling card. And here's a We the People of the United States journaling card, lined the back. And there's plain coffee dyed paper. I've added a fussy cut flower on the corner. Here's more vellum. This time it's in blue that I've used on the background paper for the vellum, printed it. And I love this page, it's so pretty. And the florals I have added stickles to. Another page from the kit, one of the kits. Here's a little flip over, or it's not a pocket, but I've made it, I added the flower sewed around it. It's a journaling card. I added muslin for the, whatever you call that, just so that it can flip out. Hinge, a muslin hinge, and then you can write on the back of that. And then I've stenciled some here and inked it, and you have a whole page to write there. There's lots of writing space in this journal. And here's another page to write on, and more graph paper. And here is a card from one of the kits, journaling card. I've left that plain on the back. And another pocket from one of the kits, and this is a page also, and that's plain enough that you could write on there also, and this card is large enough that you could make it pretty private there. And here you could also write on this pocket here too, and there's a little bling there. Another page from one of the kits. Here's the one of the oblong doilies that I use in my journals. Here's another lined page from one of the kits, and this is the other side. I backed it with a lined page. This is one of the pieces from the images from the kit, and I just added that for interest on the edge of the coffee dyed paper to just give it a little interest. Here's another one of those large pockets, and in these pockets I have this tablet that I've had, and it says Land That I Love, and I just thought that worked perfect in this journal, and so that gives you a couple sides to write on. I put in, I don't know, 2 or 3 of those in the pockets in these. Here's another one of those cards that I had gotten through the mail somehow, and I saved it and backed it, and this is background paper. I tore this from one of the other pages and made a journaling, or a pocket there. Here is the parchment, another piece of parchment paper, another lined page, and here's another, I can't decide, this is another page in the kit. And here's a little page, this is a little pocket here. Stuck that little girl in there. Then this is a Tim Holtz paper clip. There's one of those flowers with a little cluster with some cloth and lace there. I trimmed this, added a little journaling card there. You can open this up and it goes all the way, and there's lots of writing space there, and there's writing space on the other side. It goes completely out. Fold it back in, and then I clipped this so that it doesn't, it stays in place when you're turning the pages. And it makes it a little more private too. I love those little Tim Holtz paper clips. Here's another large page, double page, that I've used in the center of this journal. I've added, or the signature, I've added the stars to the string and the bow there. There's that little girl with her apron full of rabbits. And this is another background page that can be written on. Another page for writing. This is in the kit, as is this, and that's lined. The other side of that parchment, here's a flip out here, and there's a long tall tag that I've made from background paper and a fussy cut and added lace lined the back. And there's a little scrap paper, or that might be a pocket, I'm not sure, in one of the kits, but I've added lace and bling. Here's another, I won't take these out, but these are papers that you can write on behind the file folders that I've used as pockets. And on the other side, another tall tag that I've used. This isn't as tall as the other one, but I've added the ribbon at the top, the little boy, fussy cut with the background paper, and that's a plain tag on the back. And then here's a little pocket that I made from a journaling card, added some bling and some lace here. And this is also a pocket. So you've got plenty of pockets and tuck spots and all kinds of things to save things or whatever you choose to do. This is some paper that I had that I made into a pocket, used a Martha Stewart punch. You can write on here. There's another canning jar, another journaling card, and a tag from one of the kits. And then I've added the star ribbon that I had in my stash there. Here's another lined paper, as is this, and I've of course backed it with the same. Those are in the kits. The other side of that doily, another page from one of the kits, and you can write on there too. And this you could write on in here. This is from one of the kits. Here is more graph paper, or the other side to that graph paper. This is a scrap piece that I had, and so I used the Martha Stewart punch there, added some bling, and made it a top pocket, so you can tuck something up under here also. And then I added some, I won't take this apart, but this is scrap paper that I've used the punch on here, and added a journaling card, lined the back, tucked them together, and put a ribbon around them. And that tucks right into here. And here's one of the tags or pockets from one of the kits. Here is ribbon that I have in my stash, and I thought it looked perfect on this page. And that gives you another plain page to write. More writing space here. This whole page is in the kit. Or one of the kits, whichever one. And here's another page from one of the kits. I've made, there's a pocket, and I've added lace to this. There's a little Statue of Liberty card and a flag that I've added lace and edged the edges with gold. And that makes a nice journaling card. And this is actually an authentic postcard that was written to from Bud to his sister, apparently when he was in the service. And this is dated 1945, March 10th, 1945, Camp Atterbury in Indiana here. And it was written to someone actually in Fort Wayne, where I live. And so I just thought I was so excited to find that card. I don't find those as easily, it seems, as everybody else does. So I was thrilled to find that and add it to this journal. I thought it fit perfect there. And here's the other side of the vellum, this time in blue, that I had printed on. There's coffee dyed paper with a pocket on it. Another little 4th of July tag, journal card. Here's that little girl with her little apron-filled rabbits and her little hat on. You can write on the back of her, use her for just whatever. And there's another tall tag that I've added trim. It's background paper. I've added a fussy cut and one of those flowers. And the next page is another pocket that there's some, I think I've added some paper. Yes, there's paper in there for writing, and here is a, I've trimmed it in lace. Here is the another pocket. I thought that was a really pretty one. I've added stickles to that. And here's another little tag from the kit that actually I think, I'm not sure if that was from a tag or if it was a scrap that I had, but nonetheless I made it into a tag, added lace, and you can write on the back. Here's another page from the kit. I've double printed it, cut this bottom off, made a pocket, added the stickles here and on the flag, and then here are two little journaling cards in the pocket of those little girls. And that brings us to the last page, and here is, I believe that's an ephemeris garden piece, and this is some fabric or seam binding that I had, and I've added some bling. This is a page from one of the kits, and the last page the cover brings us to the letter that I always include in my kits, a letter from the journal maker. I've added a little flag with George Washington on there. This is a double pocket here, so you can add more things if whoever gets it chooses to do that. And that brings us to the close of this journal flip through. I hope you've enjoyed it. I loved making this journal. This is in my Etsy shop, so that will be listed below also. If you enjoyed watching, and I hope you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And I will be back soon because I have several more journals that I've completed, and I will be showing you those. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and we'll see you again.